Lucas was astonished to see Clara's outfit vanish once more. His mind was racing with fear and doubt. Was someone playing tricks on him? Determined to uncover the truth, he installed a security camera in his car, hoping to catch the culprit in the act. That night, as he carefully set up the camera, he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. His heart pounded as he glanced around the dimly lit parking lot, wondering who might be behind this. The next morning, Lucas eagerly reviewed the footage. He saw a dark figure approaching his car in the middle of the night. Gasping for air, he watched as the person swiftly and purposefully reached into the car to grab the outfit. When the person turned, a faint reflection in the car window revealed a distinctive logo on their jacket. Lucas slowed down the video and zoomed in on the symbol, recognizing it immediately. It belonged to a local youth group. Questions flooded his mind. Why would someone from this group want Clara's outfit? Was there more to Clara's accident than he realized? With this new information, Lucas felt a renewed urgency to act, not just for Clara, but for his own peace of mind. He needed to solve this mystery. At the hospital, Mr. Benson worried about his wife, Lila, who was finally getting some rest after a rough night. He couldn't shake the image of the strange person he had seen near Lucas's car. Driven by a desire for answers, he kept a close eye on the hospital parking lot. Meanwhile, Mia and Danny returned to the hospital after hearing that Clara was doing well. As they walked down the hallway, they overheard a group of nurses discussing a bizarre incident involving a school outfit that kept disappearing and reappearing. Mia slowed down, intrigued by the conversation. While they waited, Mr. Benson saw Mia and Danny and waved them over. They discussed Clara's condition and the strange events. When Mr. Benson mentioned the mysterious person, Mia's curiosity intensified. She decided to share what she had heard about the missing outfit and its connection to Lucas's strange experiences. As they talked, Lucas walked into the hospital, clearly upset. He showed the group the footage from his car camera, revealing the person with the unique symbol. The symbol reminded Mia of a local youth group she worked with as part of her community service. She gasped, "We need to figure out why someone from this group would be involved." Determined, she added, "There has to be a connection to Clara's accident." Mr. Benson nodded, determination etched on his face. "I'll keep an eye out here and see if that person shows up again. We need to get to the bottom of this for Clara's sake." The group agreed to collaborate and share any new information. Mia and Danny promised to investigate the youth group while Mr. Benson remained vigilant at the hospital. As they parted ways, they felt more determined than ever, knowing they were one step closer to uncovering the truth. Later, Lucas reviewed the footage again and spotted a familiar figure nearby. The person's clothing bore a symbol he recognized but couldn't immediately place. He took a screenshot and sent it to Mia, hoping she could identify it. Mia and Danny met at a nearby cafe that afternoon. She showed Danny the screenshot Lucas had sent. "I've seen this symbol before. It's from a youth group near Clara's school." Danny frowned, studying the picture. "Do you think someone from the group is involved in this mess? It's strange that a youth group member would meddle with a school outfit." Mia nodded, her mind racing with possibilities. "There's only one way to find out. Let's visit the youth center and see if we can identify this person." They headed to the youth center, a bustling building full of activity. Mrs. Harris, the group's leader, greeted them warmly. When Mia showed her the image and explained the situation, Mrs. Harris's eyes widened with concern. "That's Jacob. He's a good kid, but he's been acting strangely lately. I had no idea he was involved in something like this." Mia and Danny exchanged glances. "Can we talk to him?" Mia asked. Mrs. Harris nodded. "He's here today. I'll get him for you." A few minutes later, a nervous Jacob approached them, shifting uneasily. Is this about Clara? He asked in a barely audible whisper. Yes, Mia replied gently. We need to understand what's going on, Jacob. Can you help us? After a moment of hesitation, Jacob nodded slowly, his voice trembling. I didn't mean to cause trouble. Someone threatened to hurt my family if I didn't take the outfit. Danny leaned forward. Who told you to do this? Jacob took a deep breath. A man named Mr. Cole. He's involved in some shady business. Clara and her friend were investigating him before the accident. They uncovered something dangerous, and now he's trying to cover his tracks. Mia's heart sank. This was more than just an accident. Thank you for telling us, Jacob. We'll take it from here. Stay safe and don't do anything else for Mr. Cole. As Mia and Danny left the youth center, they felt a mix of fear and determination. They knew they had to be cautious, as their enemy was formidable. Back at the hospital, Mr. Benson and Lila received a call from an unknown number. The shaky voice on the other end provided critical information about Clara's whereabouts before the accident. With no other leads, Mr. Benson jotted down the caller's address and planned to follow up. Lila looked at her husband with a mix of hope and fear. Do you think this could help us find answers? She asked, her voice quivering. Mr. Benson nodded, though worried at him. We have to try, Lila. For Clara. They drove to a rundown part of town, following the tip to an abandoned building. Inside, they found evidence that Clara had been investigating something dangerous. Papers were strewn about, with photos and notes detailing her findings. Lila picked up a picture of a man she didn't recognize. Who is this? She asked, showing it to Mr. Benson. I don't know, but we need to find out. This could be the key to understanding why Clara was targeted. When they returned to the hospital, Mia and Danny shared what they had learned from Jacob. Clara and her friend had uncovered a shady business deal involving Mr. Cole, a prominent figure in the city. Clara's discovery had put her in danger, leading to the accident and attempts to cover up the truth. Clara's parents, now armed with new information, joined forces with Mia and Danny. Mia suggested they visit Clara's friend, Lily, who might have more clues. At Lily's house, they found a scared but determined girl. Lily confirmed that she and Clara had been investigating Mr. Cole and handed over a USB drive containing incriminating evidence. This is what we found, Lily said. We knew it was dangerous, but we didn't realize how far Mr. Cole would go to silence us. With the USB drive in hand, Mia and Danny felt a renewed sense of urgency. They returned to the hospital, ready to take the next step. They shared the evidence with Lucas, Mr. Benson, and Lila. We need to be very careful, Mia warned. This evidence is explosive, and Mr. Cole won't take kindly to us exposing his crimes. Lucas nodded, his expression grim. We need to ensure our safety while we bring this to the authorities. We should also inform hospital security about the potential danger. The group agreed to proceed with caution. Lucas took the USB drive to a trusted lawyer, Mr. Collins, who was shocked by the evidence but promised to handle the case discreetly and contact the police. While waiting for Mr. Collins to set up a meeting with the police, Mia and Danny visited Clara's school to gather more information about Mr. Cole. Mrs. Evans, one of Clara's teachers, revealed that Clara had been asking many questions about a local business owned by Mr. Cole. She was convinced something illegal was happening there, Mrs. Evans said. Posing as community volunteers, Mia and Danny toured the business. They discreetly took notes and photos, observing tense workers and security guards blocking off certain areas. Back at the hospital, they shared their findings with the group. We have enough evidence to expose Mr. Cole, Mia said. But we need to be strategic about how we release this information. That evening, Mr. Collins called with an update. The police are ready to act, but we need to coordinate carefully to avoid tipping off Mr. Cole. Let's meet tomorrow morning to finalize our plan. The group gathered at Mr. Collins's office the next morning. The atmosphere was tense as they reviewed the plan with the police. Simultaneous raids were scheduled at Mr. Cole's factory and office to ensure he couldn't hide or destroy evidence. As the plan came together, Lucas, Mia, Mr. Benson, and Lila steeled themselves for the confrontation. At the appointed time, the police moved in. Mia and Danny accompanied the officers at the factory, while Lucas and Mr. Benson went to Mr. Cole's office. The tension was palpable. At the factory, the security staff was caught off guard and quickly subdued. Mia's heart raced as they uncovered hidden rooms filled with illegal documents and evidence of shady business deals. Workers began to talk, providing more information against their boss. Meanwhile, Lucas and Mr. Benson watched as the police confronted Mr. Cole in his office. Despite his denials, the overwhelming evidence left him no escape. As the officers moved to arrest him, Mr. Cole snarled, "You regret this. You have no idea who you're dealing with." Lucas stepped forward, his voice calm. "You've hurt too many people. It's time you face the consequences." The group felt a mix of relief and apprehension as Mr. Cole was led away in handcuffs. A significant threat had been neutralized, but they knew the danger wasn't entirely over. The mystery of Clara's outfit was finally solved. Jacob, the teenager coerced into taking it, came forward with more details. Mr. Cole had used the outfit to create confusion and delay investigations. Jacob apologized to Lucas and Clara's family. "I'm so sorry for what I did. I was scared for my family, but I never wanted to hurt anyone." Lucas placed a reassuring hand on Jacob's shoulder. "You did the right thing by coming forward. We'll make sure you're safe." With the substantial evidence from both the factory and the office, it was easy to convict Mr. Cole. The police promised a thorough investigation and vowed to bring charges against him and his associates. At the hospital, Clara's family felt a sense of relief knowing Mr. Cole was behind bars. Lucas finally met Clara's parents in person, apologizing for the accident and explaining what had transpired. During their emotional conversation, Clara's parents thanked him for his persistence in seeking the truth and ensuring Clara's safety. Clara's recovery progressed well, and she was soon able to leave the hospital. As Lucas, Mia, and Clara's family bonded over their shared experience, they agreed to stay in touch and support each other. In the end, Clara was seen smiling with her parents, Lucas, and Mia by her side. There was a renewed sense of hope and a fresh start. Lucas and Mia promised to keep in touch with Clara's family, a reminder of the strength of human connections and the importance of resilience in the face of adversity. Please share this story with your friends and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for more updates.